And they're like, we got to cut some budgets, and you're making $120,000 to wear shoes and clothes. Well, shortly after that, I switched over to Specialized.
I forgot about Specialized.
Matt got a little bummed at me because it was part of the video game contract too. The third one was getting, it was right around the third one, I was switching over to Specialized, and I talked to Matt about it, and I was like, Matt, I'm trying to buy a house out here. I got to get some stuff done. The salary I'm making isn't cutting it right now. I'm going to go over to Specialized. He goes, yeah, but if you stay with me, the video game's going to happen. And then it didn't happen. I was like, I got to do this.
What was the jump from Hoffman to Specialized?
I think I was making $1,500 a month from Hoffman.
Yeah.
And Specialized had Mountain Dew as a co-sponsor. I was going to make $80,000.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm like, hey, Matt, I can't stay when I need to do this to live.
I think deep down, he understands.
He was bummed that a friend was leaving, and then we had a conversation later on. He was like, I understand. I get it. So we're all right. We're friends. And got to the Specialized side of it. Now what was that catalyst that started really snowballing everything else? Mountain Dew separated from Specialized, but I had a 3-year contract with Specialized. So Specialized was on the hook for all of our salaries. What we found out is Specialized paid nothing for us because it was all the budget for Mountain Dew. So when Mountain Dew left, now all of a sudden they had to pay us. Mm-hmm. And Mountain Dew kept all of us, so I was getting paid the exact same salary from them.
Damn.
Wow. That kicked up, and I went ahead and bought a house.
Were they, now with Mountain Dew, was win matching too?
Mountain Dew was not.
Okay.
So it's mainly just the bike but at that point, Stephen Murray ruined that for everybody because he won Gravity Games and X Games in 1 month.
Yeah, and it was $50,000 and $50,000.
And it was insanity.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, whoa, contest got way too big. Now we're going to do a bonus. Always on a bonus structure that a win at X Games or Gravity Games was $10,000. $5,000 for silvers and $2,500 for bronze.
Yeah. Which is still sick, but like not the win match is nuts.
Well, what's really sick is when you have 4 different companies with the same exact win bonus structure.
Dude. You could see how people would lose their mind over getting 4th or something. Yeah,
I mean, I understand why those.
There's a couple of times I tied. I had a 3-way tie. Awesome, that made me in 4th place.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
And you can understand why someone or those guys at the time, you're like, these guys are dorks, but you're like, they're all they care about. And you're like, well, they're making $250,000 a year. And so I get it.
Yeah. Well, and when you have one weekend where it's like, all right, I'm sure everybody did the loose math in their head. They're like, all right, if I get 2nd place in Park and 3rd place in Vert or something like that, then I have an $80,000 weekend.
In the meantime,
and it's like that's or $120,000 weekend.
My best ever X Games was a gold and 2 silvers. I walked out of there with
3 win Flatland?
With 3 medals. Well, we had Mega Ramp.
Oh, doubles or something.
No, we had Mega
Ramp.
I wasn't in the era of doubles, which were
scary era.
They were weird.
Yeah,
I had Mega.
That's not exactly true because Mega Ramp had a doubles.
Kinda.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I had Mega, Big Air, Vert, and Vert Best Trick.
Oh.
And we had to drop Vert Best Trick because we kept falling asleep.
So what'd you make for that weekend?
My prize money that year was $40,000 for 1st place and then 20 for 2nd, and I got 2 of those, so it was $80,000 just in prize money from X Games. And then bonus structure, I think that was like $140,000 weekend.
And meantime, I'm like, well, if I could pull this one trick, I'll just throw the rest of my run away. And I'm like, what are these guys so pissed about if they don't have a good run? Now I get it.
Wow. That's pretty nuts.
That's nuts.
Well, it's
on top of whatever their salary is for the year. That was one of the weekends.
Fudger, I'm not even a high money earning guy. I was in the good area.
Listen to this asshole.
Listen to this there asshole. There were some other dudes who were killing us.
Like who? Like, I mean, obviously like Mira, and then you have Mira.
Robinson was in there with all the Red Bull stuff.
Yeah.
There's a handful of the dudes in there. You're going.
They're making what, $500,000 a year? You think?
I overheard, besides
Dave and Ryan, probably.
I had overheard at one point Dave said something about being like $2 million for that year. I could be totally wrong, but that's just conversation.
But that seems reasonable for all the stuff you had going on.
Well, you had Slim Jim, you had 1-800-COLLECT. I mean, I showed up to ride one day, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't ride Lot 8. Carrot Top's in there with Dave." What did you just say to me? I can't go ride lot 8 because Carrot Top's shoot. All right, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. So I'm out.
So let's jump ahead it forward just so we don't.
Okay. I mean, I wanted to say, like, what was the bad side of that? Like, is there?
Oh, there is a bad side.
This is part of it.
No. I feel bad about some of it. That it gets the best of you when you start getting to that point. It was like I got in with DC Shoes, and to get on the A team, you're automatic $36,000. So you're $3,000 a month to start on the A team.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I had friends were team managers. We restructured my budgets or my schedule of how I get paid. Anything I made in bonuses got added to my salary the next year. And the next year I got my bonuses. And then whatever I made that year got added on.
And so when you say bonuses, is it X Games, Gravity Games? Is it like Worlds?
It was Dew Tours.
Dew Tours, yeah.
It was Dew Tours, X Games, Gravity Games. Anything that was of that caliber. So
like
the small
LG,
contest,
those LG ones? Okay.
Which
there was a couple of those.
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Those were damn good money too.
Yeah.
So you start adding all that stuff up. I signed a 3-year deal, and my starting salary on the beginning of it was $75,000 to wear shoes and clothes. And then
in the meantime, I have a pro shoe at it, and he's thinking I'm killing it, making I think $48,000 a year with that shoe.
Well, this is now the era that Jamie won 90% of everything, and me, Simon, Kevin, and Stevie would occasionally win every now and then.
Yeah.
So it was almost every single contest I was on a podium getting a bonus, getting something.
Yeah.
They capped my year bonuses that get added to the following year at $25,000.
Yeah. So
or
automatically.
20 grand, right?
But you're already making $25,000 the next year raise.
So instant, that's what my raise is. When I left DC, I think it was because I was getting paid. It was Dave, then me. And they're like, we got to cut some budgets, and you're making $120,000 to wear shoes and clothes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Those are damn good times. But what comes with that...
Hey.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. Like people get mad about this, but this is, you guys, this doesn't happen very often, and it's amazing that someone was killing it. You know,
my best year with bonuses, base salaries, and prize money coming in, I think was $460.
And did you still live at Woodward at this time?
No, I bought a house that was in State College.
So that cost you like $65,000.
Yeah, right. So, like, I mean, on the auxiliary side, like, you know, you're focused on bike riding. Bike riding is like, because you have to maintain this. You also love bike riding, but it's like, do you have an agent? You have an accountant. You have a bookie. You did a head scratch. You're like, like, so did you have an agent? Did you have an accountant? Like, did you pay your taxes? Did you, I took care of all of that. Okay.
So I was one of the, so we'll come back to this or touch on it later. When I finished bike riding, I ended up working for my financial advisor for a year.
Yes, I remember this.
So I went down that route to help everybody. I didn't realize, I thought I was like 1 out of 10 that actually paid attention to my money.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fucking pays attention to their money.
Yeah.
Very few.
Mm-hmm.
So I started a retirement account when I was 18 years old. So every year.
Again. Good job.
So every year that I made all this money, it's called a self-employment pension, SEP IRA, and you take a chunk of your money. So whatever your gross pay is, they give you a percentage that you're allowed to max out, and I maxed out every single year and just shove it in. That comes off your taxes that you're paying.
Yep. Yeah, pre-tax.
So it's pre-tax, goes in there, and then it grows. And what the anticipation is, when you do pull that out, you don't have any income, so you're not going to pay the 30-something% tax rate because you're pulling out minimums.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Well, I did that from 18 years old all the way through my entire career. So it's now extremely healthy that I can fall back on that. I'm great with it.
Yeah.
I paid attention to the money. I paid all my taxes. I did all that stuff. But it also puts you in a different position when you make money like that on a very consistent basis. Your mind gets into a pattern. And then there's also some drawbacks called getting married. And you spend money before you've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And that puts you into a very, very stressful position going into a contest that, hey, I just bought a new house. And I already wrote a check for $50,000 for the house. And it's being built.
Yeah.
It'll be done in 6 months. This is X Games. I should be making $100,000 out of this. Great. I rolled in there confident, but freaked out and nervous because I've already spent the money. Shattered my body to pieces. I made zero.
Yeah.
Instead of getting metals, I got screws installed in my body.
Yeah.
And it's the drawback to you put that much pressure on yourself and who you're riding with on a daily basis, how the emotions start getting into it. I'm sure you guys have heard stories about the vert ramp fucking psychotic.
That's what I want to hear about.
Going on.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But I mean, like, that's like.